Academic misconduct is more than this. Academic misconduct can happen intentionally or unintentionally. If it hasn't happened to you yet, you can easily get involved if you don't know all the rules.
So we have invited 2 experts to explain the rules to you
And answer some important questions. Question number 1. What constitutes academic misconduct?
So for any engineering design task like coding or circuit design, using someone else's code as part of your design is often considered a form of academic misconduct. So specifically, copying code or circuits that you might find on the internet from your friends or anywhere else, even with minor changes, is a form of plagiarism. In fact, even just using the ideas and algorithms that you might find from somewhere else is not allowed.
So for any type of written submission, a research report or other such assignment, if you include quotes or passages from a previously published document, you should reference those. And that includes photographs, images, graphs, data tables, those elements as well. And also it is inappropriate to copy and include the work of other classmates or former classmates in your submissions.
Question number 2. How can unintentional academic misconduct be avoided?
The best way to avoid plagiarism is to avoid using other people's code or circuit designs at all. If you're tempted to do so, you really need to clarify with your instructor beforehand what is allowed for that particular course. And if you're being asked for help by others, don't share your code or designs directly. Typically, it's okay to discuss things at a high level, but be sure to clarify with your instructor what level you can discuss your work at.
So it's very important to use the correct referencing format as specified by your instructor. Your instructor may request APA or MLA format, but they may also request that you research other formats such as the IEEE transactions format and use those in your submissions.
Question number 3. Why is academic misconduct such a big issue?
Long-term speaking, you need these skills to get a real job, so it's important that we can evaluate whether you've accomplished these skills. Even longer term, once you're in a job, plagiarism can be exceptionally bad. If you copy some code and put it in a project, somewhere down the road your company could be sued. Might bankrupt your company, probably will cost you your job.
It's incredibly important to work through all of the different assignments that your instructors set. You are learning how to design things as an engineer, and it's only by actually going through those processes yourself that you actually really develop a true understanding and a self-confidence in your ability, and that's one of the key elements of the engineering profession. If you use the work of others without fully understanding it, there's always an additional safety risk. So this is why it's incredibly important to do your own work because ultimately you take responsibility for it.
So in the short term in our department, we want to reflect the real world. So if you're involved in these activities, there will be some consequences.
Question number 4. What are the consequences of academic misconduct?
When an instructor finds a case of suspected academic misconduct, what they will first do is call the students in for an interview to find out more information. If after that they still feel there is grounds for an academic misconduct, they will forward that case to the dean's office, and the students will then be interviewed by an arm's length dean's designate to collect more information about the case. For more serious cases, the cases are generally forwarded to the President's Advisory Committee on Student Discipline. For smaller cases, it is possible that a smaller penalty may be assessed, such as 0 on the piece of work. For more serious cases, the consequences can include 0 in the course, suspension from the university, and things of that nature.
Question number 5. Any rules of thumb?
Make sure you know what the expectation is of your task. Make sure you understand the course policy on plagiarism. If you're unsure, ask your professor, have I shared too much? Don't make assumptions about what is okay.
If you're struggling with a particular course, it's really important to look at your time management. If you're having any larger issues, family or health issues, it's really important to reach out early to both your instructor and to student services. Sometimes you have to make some pretty difficult decisions. At the end of the day, you're much better off to recognize that perhaps you couldn't finish one piece of work and live with those consequences versus far worse, the academic misconduct. it's really not worth taking chances with academic misconduct. Not only do the instructors just simply recognize a lot of the work in the field, but there are also other tools for evaluating large sets of submissions. So it's actually reasonably easy to find instances of plagiarized or copied work.
Lastly, for more information, visit UBC Calendar's Discipline on Academic Misconduct.